had this disgustingly good game on Pyke. It was crazy. I mean, just crazy. So I thought I would make a video. The Ash was terrible. I don't know what was going on. They said that she was level 100. Yeah, well, I guess she's not new to the game, but maybe it's someone playing on an account because she was definitely not good. But after I got a little bit of a lead, I just took it all over the map, and it was crazy. Here, I just protected the invade. So, I don't know why Ash is alone in a bush. He has any minions, but I decided to just go for her. And I don't know why. I guess she was walking towards her Blitzcrank, and then right here, something weird happened where she's just like walking around randomly, like she's a bot. I don't know what that was. Maybe that was networking issues. Just put some poke on the Blitzcrank. Now, she comes back. And, I mean, that was actually kind of not that big of a deal. I like Pyke, even if he gets yanked, you just ease away, and if they stand there, they get stunned, and they take more, and end up taking more damage than he does usually. Although the Ash wasn't autoing me, maybe. I would have taken more damage if he was actually autoing me. I was trying to sneak a Q in between the minions there. But like, what is she doing? She's just like standing there auto attacking, like, and then the Warwick comes in, and I'm like, okay, let's stun him. Now, maybe we would have been able to get more out of all this whole thing, but our MF got the blitz, and then I think she got a little crazy here and like just mindlessly chased under tower for the Ash. Didn't get her, but I mean, Nunu would have done the same thing either way, but whatever. So I just sat here and like CS the wave a little bit. Mostly to keep it on their tower. So I had 1400 gold, which is unusually high. Enough for both the serrated Dirk. Oh, I didn't leave. I canceled my back. Now I have 1700 gold for first back. I guess because I was worried that MF was just gonna die because she's not good. So when Blitzcrank came out, I just stayed for a moment just to make sure she didn't die. And so here I just wanted her to leave, and again I tried to push the wave just to get it to hit the tower, but I don't think I think I just pieced out because Blitz was coming and I didn't want to 1v2. So I was able to buy rated Dirk and boost. And I like, what in the world was the Ash doing? I mean, let's watch that again because it happened really fast. So I'm coming up to the tower and I see that she is just autoing the tower mindlessly. And so I just went kind of ham and shoot her, and then I stunned her, and then, I would have killed her if I had actually stayed close enough to her, but with the aftershock proc, but she died. Fine. And then the Blitzcrank decides to go. I missed my Q here, I think. Yeah, if I had landed that, that would have been good. I was a little worried about getting like Q'd under tower by the Blitz. And here I'm just like, okay, what are these people doing? Look at this Ashe. I mean, she's just like walking up to the bush. Oh, I should have gone a little bit further. I would have stunned her and would have killed her. I didn't realize I didn't go far enough in. And then here I'm just like looking for a way to get her out, so I couldn't get it. Turns out I couldn't get out of this. Maybe if I killed the Ashe before, I would have been able to get out. I actually expected the my MF to just leave, but I don't know why she didn't leave. Could have just left. So now I have Moby Boost already. It's like 8 minutes, and I have Moby Boost. So I zip over to the mid lane. Get my first ult on the Heimerdinger. I didn't have any spells to help Warwick, but we got the dragon at the same time, so I was happy about that. And then I see the Ashe coming up on the tower, and I'm like, okay, here's another free kill on the Ashe. What's going on here? And I wanted to make sure I didn't miss my E, because I miss my E a lot of times. Now, so here I'm just autoing her, and I'm getting ready to Q her point blank, and then I gave the kill to MF. To make sure she got something. I didn't have ult. And here I'm just messing with Blitz, like, come on, Blitz. I don't remember if we fought here or not. Kind of missed my... I need to try to remember to lead them when I do that E. So like I basically lead in the direction of their exit so that either they have to back away or I'm already on top of them. Oh. Here I was like, doesn't seem good, but I just figured I'd kill the Ashe, make sure she dies, and then the MF ult. I got the Blitz right here. So I was happy with that. So now I'm 3, 2, and 5. And I already, at 11 minutes, I already have my Umbral Glaive and Moby Boots and a pink ward. And AMF stuck around and I think she died, but who cares? Doesn't matter. And my team is, you know, 1k gold ahead, and I think a good amount of that gold is on me. So I'm like, okay, I gotta make plays. So I came in for the Heimer and missed my E on him, and then I missed my Q on him. But fortunately, we have everything going on here, and then I was just prepping him for another ult, so that's 2 ults. Cha-ching. Now we're up to 0.7k gold. I have 5,800 gold. Like by far the highest. Warwick is the highest on their team with 4,100. So I'm just basically running around the map trying to find people to kill. Like, let's go. Where are they? Oh, I can't believe I missed that, but it didn't matter because Nunu CC'd him. Here comes the Warwick. I got stunned here forever because that was such a long arrow. This fight was a little bit dicey because I missed that. I should not have missed the Q on Heimer. I should have just like, I don't know what. He was like turning around the corner, but then I decided I wasn't going to get anything done, so I left. I probably should have just Q'd right into his face as he was walking at me rather than like wait until he tried to go around the corner. Or I could have just waited a little bit longer. Yeah. That one, I mean, this is like, Pyke is so, like, dastardly at this. So if we back up a little bit, we can see this fight going on right here. I'm coming into lane, and I can see that this Ashe is already low. Okay. MF punked her once, so she already got her into execute range, so I just went Waboom. And then here it's like an easy 2-on-1 and I just want to CC him. And then here another ult. Boom. Done. And now our gold lead is 5k. And then I just burned that to push the wave. Now I have 7,800 gold, which is... MF is pretty high at 6,000 because she's been getting a lot of my Pyke cha-ching. The enemy team has like, what's the highest? 4,900 on the Heimerdinger. So I'm coming in again like, how can I get killed? So this game I was running bone plating because I wanted to see how it worked out compared to Second Wind. And I gotta admit, I do like one thing about bone plating, which is that when you miss your CC, you basically have like, you know, the 3 bone plating hits to keep you alive for a moment. Whereas without it, you really don't. If you miss your CC, you just get chunked. I really... So I was blocking. Right there I was blocking for the Warwick ult. And then I got him turned around and... Came out with like almost no health there, but at least we didn't die. And it looks like MF just solo killed the Ashe that has no money. I'm going back to top lane. Like, he's just so fast. He just can run all over the map. Now, there's my Umbral Glaive. Like, worth so much more than 100 damage on a proc. It's like Umbral Glaive all the way. Because I just walk up, ward's disabled, I get to kill it. I don't know if he saw me. I guess I should back this up and see. I want to back it up long enough to see if he sees me. Oh, not. Okay, here I'm coming in. So let's put it on blue visibility. The question is, does he ever see me? I don't understand. It's supposed to be on blue visibility. Why is he seeing me now? Watch a little bit more of it. Okay, there's like an exchange here. Saw that. I see. So I'm revealed for some. Oh, there we go. I disappear. So whenever it has that pink thing above me, I'm revealed. And then I disappear. So he doesn't know if I'm still in the bush or not. He probably assumes I'm in the bush. But I sat there for a long time. Because I was thinking, he's going to die eventually. Might as well just be patient. He doesn't know whether I left or not. So as soon as he walked up this far, I missed my E. And I just tried to get my Q on him. He ulted. There we go. Oh, I missed. I don't know why he turned around to attack us again, but he did. That was all we needed. Need to get some chip damage on him. It's like, you know, I don't really... Again, like, Pyke doesn't do that much damage. He just sees him up, hits him a couple times, and then... gets the ult execute. I feel like... Here, I just wanted to stop these guys. I was thinking, okay, if I can CC them both with my E, here I go. I'm gonna do the big E. I'm thinking they're mine. So I do the E, boom, but I missed them both. Then they ignite me, and I'm thinking I just got to get my aftershock. So I queued him to get the aftershock proc, and then fortunately Nunu was coming in and I W'd, and I'm like, I'm out of here. I just want my health regen to happen. That was a little dicey, but I mean, at this point, my build is pretty tanky. So I have, what is this? The chain vest, and I have hex shrinker. So I have some tankiness. Oh, this fight. So I see them coming in, and I see this full health Nunu, and I think, perfect. He's gonna ult. Now, there was a problem in the UI. In my UI on the scoreboard, it said he had ult, but when I pinged his ult, it didn't. He had like 20 seconds left on it, so I don't know why, but the scoreboard was bugged, and so I saw his ult was correct. It was available, but it actually wasn't. Um, so I went into this thinking he was going to ult right here, and then I probably should have just hung by the side. I didn't really need to go in. But I was thinking he's going to ult, and then I'm going to start executing people. And I could have stayed by the side instead of like going in hard. I was just figuring I would CC them into his ult. And then, of course, because he didn't have ult, he just pieced out. If he had just been attacking them just a couple times, I probably could have got an execute, but whatever. That was probably one of the few moments in the game where I thought, well, that was a big mistake. But here we have 7k gold lead, looks like. Now I have 10k, which is like almost 3,500 more than the top enemy, which is like Warwick and Heimerdinger. Both of whom I have. Oh, that was too fast. Both of whom I have tank against. So, and I have GA now. I have my GA, and I finished my Maw of Malmortia. So I have the Maw and I have GA. So it's I'm pretty hard to kill, and then on top of it, these guys just want to fight, and so it wasn't really good for them. So here we go. They were fighting the dragon, and Blitz thought, I'm gonna do something here. So I took him out, and then Heimerdinger was going here, and then he ended up in ult, so that was enough. Oh, I missed the ult. I should have waited just another moment or autoed him another time. He would have died. And then I'm trying to get my health back off screen. And he gets the absolute 0. And here I'm again, like, I'm mostly just providing like a target for them to hit and to stun them up because I have the health regen. So I want them to be hitting me. Now, I didn't build it yet, but the next thing I build is Bramble for this Warwick. Because I thought, great, if he ults me, thinks that I'm the big juicy carry target, then he'll kill himself. I mean, it's funny that at this point, we still didn't have the outer mid tower, but... So I'm not running Demolish, I'm running Font of Life. Oh, I should look at how much Font of Life actually killed people in one of these engages, but I'm running Font of Life because that's what some of these pros run, and I thought I'll try it out. I mean, it doesn't heal very much. Although, if you had multiple people attacking a CC target, it could potentially heal for like a couple hundred between all of your whole teammates and 1 or 2 CCs, so maybe it's worth it. Plus I have Revitalize, so maybe this is actually the shit. Definitely it does more than Demolish because he already builds so much AD and he has absolutely no health, so... So I was gonna back, but then I see them getting into it right here in the river, and again I'm like, okay, I'm Pyke, I'm coming in. And one of the things that's really cool about Pyke is that because his kit is all built around an execute, he actually needs to be last into the fight anyway. So he can pretty much be anywhere doing anything, and then he can zoom over to the fight right as people are getting in execute range, and then wha-boom, execute. So I'm like, I'll take that. And then here I ignited him, and I'm just trying to tank some damage for MF. I actually did a stupid thing and like I tumbled him right out. I should have just stood there because he was basically in the ult. I don't really know how to cancel his Pyke's Q if I want to just completely cancel it, because I would have preferred to just cancel it, but it would have been fine to I don't have Bramble yet. It would have been fine to just like stand there holding the Q, but I was thinking I don't really like to stand there holding the Q, so I was thinking, oh, I gotta let go of this, and I accidentally flipped him out of the MF ult, but he died anyway. Okay. Now, oh, I guess I should look at runes afterwards. It'll probably tell me how much font of life healed for. Okay, here we go. I see again, like I see the rise running and I see the fight happening, so I run up to it. I'm like, I can take care of this. Get a little bit of I missed the ult on that Heimer, but it was fine. Take some wards down. And then I see them like catching the Warwick. I'm like, okay, great, I can stop the Warwick. Easy to keep him in place. And then he jumped away, which is fine too. I just want this turret anyway. But you know, I'm like, the funny thing is my damage is not insane, but I'm, what is this, 10, 3, and 13 now? I mean, anytime the team starts fighting somebody where it's going to be marginal, I'm basically swinging it in our favor. And beating my team like tons of money. We're now, holy what? We're now 13k ahead, more than 13k ahead. See the dragons coming up, and I also see that this tower is pushing, and I prefer to have the tower, even though that is, I think it was the 4th dragon, but... And right here, you know, it's like Blitz caught the rise, and I'm thinking, look at that. Stun on, is it 3 or 2? Yeah, I got stunned on all 3 of them. And then here I'm thinking, I just want to keep these guys busy. So I actually tried to get 2 of them to follow me. And I'm just literally just running. Oh, look, she ults. She wasted her ult. I'm just running around, like trying to keep them out of the fight over there so that they can do good stuff. Though Akali did end up dying. So that's like another kind of sort of speed tanking. And I thought maybe we can kill this Ashe. The answer is yes, we can. Here, I'm just trying to get him low enough. Except I didn't. I was a little impatient. But he died anyway. I'm a little bit uncertain how that magic shield ends up working with his passive. Like, does the damage that he takes into the shield actually build his regen bar? In which case, like, basically he'd be getting more regen than... He's getting regen for damage he didn't actually take because he took it into the shield. I've tried to build Phantom Dancer before, but I don't really like how it works because it doesn't have any resistance. And so that shield with no resistance, it's like just not a good item to build. I mean, the shield is nice, but it just doesn't fit. Whereas like Malmo Mortius, that shield is nice. I wish there was an AD version of that, but Sterix only gives you a bonus health shield, and he can't build bonus health, so he can't use Sterix. Would probably be busted if he could. So here I see the team fighting, and I'm like, okay, here's a stun. I got the big stun on him. And then other, and then I thought, I'm gonna chase this guy down. I'm gonna make it happen. So it's like, execute ults everywhere. Now I'm up to 13, 3, and 16. And I still haven't popped my GA, I don't think, maybe once. Or maybe never. It's interesting because his playstyle is definitely very different than like a full-on damage carry because, you know, he can't go around like solo killing people except for maybe, you know, someone like an Ashe that just completely doesn't have any items because they're so out of the game. But he can't really just run around killing people. Maybe if I built um, that dueling lethality item, there's like that the dueling lethality item, I might be able to solo people. But he basically just, he's almost like Thresh with an execute. He just like stuns people up and tries to tank their damage and get them just barely low enough. Like, but if that Heimer was a full health target, I don't think I would have been able to kill him. So I wanted to push that in, but then I saw, you know, I saw them posturing. What I was trying to do is get them to chase me, but they can't see me. So I'm like trying to go in close enough. I guess I didn't quite. Oh yeah, I guess they can see me because of the purple thing. But I was just trying to get them to chase me, but they just ignored me, which I found very funny. And then I think I missed this. Yeah, I totally missed it too. Then Aatrox decided he was going to be all crazy. Finally got my Aftershock proc just in time for Warwick to try to go on. And then Nunu on him and Akali's on them and I'm... Oh, I think I failed. Oh no, I got it. Did I get one? No, I failed, yeah. His health wasn't low enough. I should have just waited a little longer. I could have even just walked in and started autoing him. I don't need to like ult to get into the fight when they're not definitively low enough. I decided we better peace out before something bad happens. Because he, you know, because he's not like a crazy damage carry that just can kill everyone by himself like Yasuo, it's, you know, it doesn't feel at any point like I can just personally end the game, but it does feel like I can run around and kind of get everyone in my team, even these bad players. Like this MF was not a good player. You can get these bad players to actually perform a little bit better than they would have otherwise. So here we're just trying to chase down the Aatrox. I missed everything except for finally I got this view. And then something weird happened. I actually did hit R, but for some reason, I guess if he Zonias, it counts as not being an ultable target, so it didn't even, it like deactivated my ult. So I couldn't even do a bad ult on top of his Zonias. It's funny, like if there was another player nearby, I think it would have counted the other player as someone that I could R onto, and then it would have let me ult him onto his Zonias, but when he was solo, it wouldn't let me. But here, I'm just thinking, I don't know what the Ashe is doing. I mean, this Ashe, all she built was IE and parts of Bork. She never even built boots. She never had any money. I don't know what that was. But she had 102 farm. I don't really understand. She had enough. She had some farm. Anyway, that was a super fun game. So let's look at the runes. And Font of Life. Oh yeah, 12, 21. That definitely seems better. With the Demolish, I get like 500 damage-ish in Demolish procs on towers. But the honest truth is, it doesn't really matter. The towers are going to go down. If 1200 healing over a couple different fights is enough to just keep anyone alive, like once even, it's totally more worth it. And if it helps keep people healthier, it helps sway the fights because the enemies just think that we're not dying. Bone plating. So like this is a little bit of a wash because the bone plating damage blocked I think is lower in this like game where I had much more action. Then the second wind in another game, like if I look back here, if I look back to another game where I ran second wind, that was a different. Let me look at this one. I definitely have a second wind game where it was like much higher. Oh, I guess second wind it's kind of mediocre too. So the second wind, it's like 560 and the bone plating is, maybe a little bit more, but that game had a lot of action. Um, so I'm not really sure which of those is better, but I do feel like bone plating you have to play around it more. So the one thing that's nice about second wind is you just don't have to think about it. It just does what it does. Whereas bone plating, like if someone hits you once and puts your bone plating down, I really need to just sit there and wait until it comes back up before I can go charging in on them. Um, Whereas with second wind, if they hit me once, well, then I'm healing from that one poke. Like, yeah, and I guess the other thing is bone plating does nothing against people who are going to single poke you like Caitlyn. So like a good Caitlyn, I should definitely take second wind against. I'll have to play with this a little bit more. I mean, overall, I kind of think that second wind's better because I think in the early game, like in lane, I think second wind is uh is higher. Well, that's another good reason for revitalize because I so often build Maw. But I think in the early game, second wind like fits into the poke exchange situation more, and then later I I'm building resistances, and so the bone plating, I don't really understand how it interacts with armor, but like the second wind is effectively post mitigation damage that it's healing back. So and it really second wind synergizes really well with this passive because you take the damage all the way down to a low health number, you get a good second wind, but then you also get your passive heal. So I don't know. I think I'm mostly like second wind better. But anyway, that was a fun game.